tea rooms, Lipson Cafe,
Yeah.
was the throbbing heart of Port Adelaide.
I know.
Now, you created that, essentially, largely.
Yeah.
How'd you feel to lose that?
I cried a lot. I cried a whole lot. I have to say there was one night where I was driving down Port Wakefield Road and I pulled over and phoned a good friend and just talked and cried and sobbed. And I think if I'd kept driving, I was contemplating not good things. I was really contemplating stuff because that is my, you know.
You were there for how long?
11 years. Yeah. I felt like I'd actually lost my identity. So that hurt. That hurt a lot. And I don't know how many people knew it, but the day that I handed back the keys, which I physically could not do myself because I would have, I was physically ill to do that. I couldn't do it. Yeah. We locked the door, but that was also the day that our grandmother died as well.
Oh. How'd you come to be here? Were you approached?
It was a combination. I'd made several phone calls around about the place, and Deep, who's the director of the sales centre here, she called me back and she goes, "We'd love to have you on board." So we started chatting and stuff like that, and it's a completely different space.
Yes.
But I have to say, on the river, it can't be.
So you had your soul torn out and now you've landed on your feet?
Sort of.
Kind of.
Sort of. I can't cook. I have to do all of that. I go down to Abby's place, and you know, we've actually got all my old beautiful stainless steel benches. I'm going to shift in my big old commercial oven. She's got one, but it's not as good as mine. Yeah. So ripping hers out, putting mine in, and I've virtually got the little heart of the Lipson Cafe in the back of her area. So we've set up a commercial kitchen for her.
Semaphore.
The
corner shop.
Yep. And it's really spooky when you walk in there and everybody goes, you know, like in the kitchen area, they go, "This feels very familiar." And you go, "Yep." But it's good for her because she's stepping up with the commercial stuff, and she's cooking more, and she's taking on, like, she's just flowering, you know, with her cooking, and she's got a passion for good food too. It just goes through the family. And then
so Abby's your daughter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She's a baby. She's just turned 23. Two children, and that shop now she's had on her own since October last year, so it's nearly a year. So she's doing really, really well.
Well, the shop's doing really well, but so you were saying that re-association that people have.
Yeah.
And also people follow you up.
They have. Do you know how that was? Did you manage to get there for our last night where we did pad thais and beers? No. Man, that was so emotional. That was like massive. My heart just goes into fibrillation thinking about it. It was wall to wall. We had no furniture, basically. All the tables and chairs had been taken out, and it was shoulder to shoulder when I rocked up. And we, you know, when you're that much in awe that you can't cry. And I was overwhelmed by the different people, not just the people that I knew that were going to be there, but all the other people and stuff like that. And you go, my God, I know it sounds really, I don't know how to describe it, but that's when you know that you're genuinely loved and respected, you know, and that how much it actually meant, what it meant. And I didn't think that it really meant as much to other people as it did to me, but it does.
Well, it's a cliche. You never know how much you love someone until you lose them.
No.
And they were losing you, Julie.
Yeah, no, I know, and everybody's, but how quickly it's gone around. We had one woman come in for coffee because she saw the little tiny sign that we've got out on the road.
Which is Lipson?
I think it just said Lipson Cafe in an arrow, and then, well, we haven't got all our signage organised yet. But she came in and she goes, right, I'm going back to Country Arts. I'll send an email around. And then we've already had 3 people, and it was funny because they're walking up the wharf and they're going, this is like Christmas, come early. And you just go, oh God. And Craig and John have been hounding me down at Abby's place. What are you doing? When's this going to be? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, right, we're going to be open on the weekend.
Yeah.
And that was a grand final, which was the worst weekend. But it's okay. We got in here and the boys brought an orange and almond cake, so we celebrated. They brought a cake for us.
Really? There you go.
Yeah, just too beautiful.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
What time do you open this morning?
8.
At 8?
Yeah. 8 till 5. At this stage we're just doing Wednesdays through to Sundays, and then as things develop, I think for the Port Festival, which starts on the 8th of October, we'll run for the whole period for that. It would be silly not to. And as we get busier, we'll do more days. Yeah, it should be good. It is gorgeous. It is.
Are you happy, Julie?
Yeah.
Oh, you were tortured genius. Will you never be happy?
Do you know the funny thing is, I think this is in my nature to I have a benchmark and I have a goal, and I get within the 11th hour and I go, I'll just push it up a little bit further. I'm always resetting the goal a little bit higher. But my next thing I really want to do, really want to do is I've got my eye on a building, an old building.
In the port?
Yes. And fingers crossed, I really sacrifice financial failures to do this. That's the building I want. And then I'll be able to have my vision has me, you'll be able to see into the kitchen from the street. You'll be able to look through a window. You'll be able to see me cooking, throwing things around. I'll be able to yell at the staff, and I'll be able to yell at the customers, and I'll be able to cook at the same time. So I have a really big kitchen, and I want to do everything, and I want it all to be organic, and I want it to be, if I can home grow stuff and source it from different places. So I really want to lift that up with the cooking, and then still have it. I don't want to call it a cafe, I don't want to call it a restaurant, I don't want to call it a pub, I don't want to call it a bar, because I just want it to be our place, because I want it to be everything. I want everybody, if you want to just come in for a coffee, you come in for a coffee and you feel good about having a coffee there. If you're having a beer around, the bar, I want you to feel comfortable doing that too. And if you're having a really great meal, but I also want to do, I've got a spot in there where we can do live music, so I want to encourage that. I want to, the art stuff that I love, and I want to be able to get maybe a spoken word in once a month, but then do something like, I don't know, a rockabilly band or something silly like that, but all original stuff, and to be a venue for...
You could have record buffs coming in one night a week and spin
you
their favourite stuff.
You never know, spinning the old vinyl.
You've got Paul Hole Records just over there, and plenty of record freaks, man.
You never know. But I'm going to have to...
You just never know.
Well, you never know, and I think, I stand now when I go, I've got probably enough solid following that I could do that, and it would go off.
So really the last 11 years has been, I guess, about building a following that will follow you to your dream.
Yeah, I reckon now this has been like this point for me when I had to stop and think, and you've got a lot of time to think when you're not doing anything, and you're sitting there out underneath your veranda and you're having a cup of tea or a glass of wine, and you're going, well, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Do I go forward or do I go backwards? I'm going forwards.
Fantastic, mate.